Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the installment of Scott's Selections here for Tuesday, November 10th. Before we get into today's play of the day, quick recap of what happened yesterday. We ended up picking up a loss with the Jets team total under 16.5 on Monday Night Football. We got that number at 16.5 at minus 125 on DraftKings. Jets, I mentioned in the video, did not score more than 10 points since week 4, and they scored 20 in the first half. Flacco looked great early on. Jets ended up losing. Their quest for 0-16 still is alive, but at the end of the day, we ended up losing the play of the day. And a pretty high-scoring Monday Night Football game that nobody really expected, since the total was at roughly 42, and both teams combined for 57 points. But either way, I picked up a loss. We'll be looking for a bounce-back winner here on Tuesday. Now, for Tuesday's card, you pretty much only have college football, as you have 3 MAC games going on during the week. And we're going to be looking at a matchup between Akron and Ohio. Will be taking place at roughly 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And for this play, we're going to be looking at a team total, and we are going to be going with the Ohio Bobcats team total over 41.5, which is available on BetMGM at minus 118, a time recording of 3 a.m. Eastern Time. A couple reasons why I like Ohio over the team total. First of all, you have to describe Akron, and Akron is one of, if not the worst team in the entire FBS, either them or UMass. It is worth mentioning that Akron went 0-12 against the spread last year in 2019. They've not covered a spread since 2018. And so far this season, they did not look any better, as they ended up losing their opener to Western Michigan 58-13. And in that game, it was not even close. It was a bloodbath throughout. Western Michigan, in addition to having 58 points, did whatever they wanted offensively, as Western Michigan was able to put up 484 yards. They had a bunch of big play touchdowns, and Akron was simply unable to really do much in order to stop Western Michigan. And I expect something similar to happen here in this game against Ohio. Now, last year, when Akron was arguably the worst team in the entire FBS, they ended up playing against Ohio in the season finale, and Ohio ended up winning 52-3. Now, Akron ended up replacing a bunch of guys. They have a ton of freshmen, very young roster, inexperienced, and it definitely looked like it in the season opener. And I expect that to happen against this Ohio team, which, even though they lost Central Michigan, that game was very close. They lost 30-27. Central Michigan is definitely not a team to scoff at, especially at home, as they ended up being the conference runner-ups last season. But Ohio scored 27 points. They ended up looking pretty well, or pretty good offensively for the most part. They had issues running the ball, which definitely was a concern. But Ohio still looked pretty good through the air, as Rourke. It's not the same Rourke as last year. It is actually his younger brother. Still looked pretty solid from the pocket, and I do think that their offensive balance and their ability to dominate the line of scrimmage against Akron should be able to lead to a bunch of scoring drives. Rourke ended up throwing for 231 passing yards, 2 passing touchdowns. The main issue for Ohio, though, was the ground game, as they were able to score 27 points despite only averaging 3.1 yards per carry. I think that number will go up because Central Michigan's defensive line is a lot better than Akron's. I think Ohio should be probably run for 200-plus yards, a couple of touchdowns here or there. And then you also should have Ohio throwing the ball, not to mention the fact that Akron is also very capable of turning the ball over in their own territory, giving up defensive touchdowns, etc. And I think that Ohio should be able to score at least 6 touchdowns as a result in this game, especially with Akron giving up at least 42 points in 4 of their last 6 games overall. Plus, Ohio, in a shortened season here, they still want to compete for a conference title, despite how unrealistic that may be. And since they lost the first game against Central Michigan, they are in must-win territory in the MAC. Crazier things have happened in the MAC. They're not officially out of it, but they do need to win this game. They're definitely going to win this game, but they definitely have motivation in order to not overlook their opponent in this spot. I think Akron offensively could potentially put up some points because they did move the ball decently against Western Michigan. But defensively, this team is a complete lost cause, and I think Ohio should be able to score at least 42 points, arguably even 50 in this spot if they really want to. And I do think that Ohio will look to take care of business, especially in the home opener. So the play of the day here for Tuesday, November 10th is going to be on the Ohio Bobcats over 41.5 points on the team total and minus 118 on BetMGM. That's been this Dalton Scott Selections. Good luck to all of you and your respective bets today. Bye, everyone.